standing by.
Alright. We did well last night. We can do it again tonight. What is up, guys? This is Rush Racing League Round 6 at Las Vegas. Now, I wasn't planning on making this into a video for YouTube or TikTok, hence why this first video of this series will be from Round 6. But I just had such a good fun time in this race, and since I was recording it anyway, I figured why not. So please enjoy my video, and hopefully you enjoy this as much as I did. So looking at the standings after round 6, we can see that my team at Ferrari in Div 2 are not doing so well, sitting on 70 points, which sits us at 8th in Constructors. As we head over to the driver's standings, I'm sitting at a humble 8th on 47 points in a pretty competitive grid. A keen eye will notice that there is a big fat +0 next to my name, which is how many points I scored last round. So moving on from Singapore and focusing on Vegas, got a lot of practice this week and was feeling confident going into the race and qualifying. What are you doing?
And that's P13, P13.
Nah, what the fuck was that? It slowed down just to fucking impede me. That's a report. Yeah, so as you've seen there, on our start to our banker run and go through the quality session, we did get impeded at the start, and I decided to fail, stick it out, save the fuel and tyres, and go for a second run. So as we're coming out in the third line, burning a little bit of battery before coming back to the run, slamming on the brake and smashing it down into third gear, getting on the power nice and early, getting the car a little bit squirrely as we go through turn 2. On the exit, light graze of the wall, and this is where the Delta will be cooked since I didn't elevate that last lap. Going to turn 3, hugging the left-hand wall and then flicking it in, trying to really hook the car over that inside curve, but not being able to do it. Through this little sweep of turn 4, then turn 5, get a lovely cut over turn 5 and just missed the cut over turn 6. Going into turn 7, kind of just drove around the curve,
Okay,
kind of a smash over the
P16.
curb. Going through the little S, burning down to 70% here hereabouts. Going into here, we just get a little bit squirrely too early on the power. What the fuck was that? As you can hear me say, I was very clearly confused when that happened. I didn't know what I did wrong, so that's what I could do in practice. Is about spinning an S, going to the strip, burning all the way down the course and getting a nice little toe off the Alpine there, burning down 25% before slamming on the brakes going into this last chicane, and really just putting the power down, holding the car 6, and then burning all the way up to the line. You notice that I go from overtake to none repeatedly here, over because I run out of deploy before the end of the lap, and that was a 30.7. So the fairways off. I need to go AI just so I can actually, make it better. So as I said at the time, still quite a fairways off. I think pole at that point was a 30.5.
Right, our best lap so far, 1 minute,
and we was 2 tenths off, so we needed to find something vegetable on this off lap.
Countdown in my breath, red lights on my face, I'm already ahead. Yeah. Rubber on the grid line, heartbeat double time, helmet like a war mask, tunnel in my sight. They say stay in your lane, I bent the whole track, coasting in the apex, never looking back. Step out the way, I'm cutting through frames, whole world lagging, I'm changing the game. popping like a scream. Grip like gravity pulling at my pride. I dance with the danger, slide but never slide. Step out the way, I'm cutting through frames. Whole world lagging, I'm changing the game. Frame by frame, you can't catch this name. I'm on pole, 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 can't touch this zone. First
That was
place
pole?
feeling in my bones. Zone lights out, I'm already gone. Whole track mine, I'm driving alone.
So as you can see, we managed to snag pole here in Vegas. We did a 30.3, and P2 was only half a tenth off, so very close and competitive tonight. We just need a decent start. Not do that strategy. Slam the fuel down. Car setup. 54. Got the 21s on the rear. Controlled the throttle. So as you would have heard me say just then, to control the throttle, so my race starts are not the best, as you'll see very clearly. My initial jump off the line is good, but then I get too much boost spin and I lose a bunch of places off the start. Echo. So already my start causing a little bit of problems as we have a little bit of contact with the rooms and out in front and behind.
That's fine, that was to be expected.
That was to be expected. As we go into turn 3, we're going a little bit too hard.
Oh my, toast is lag.
And tap the back of Toast, and since he's in overseas compared to our league where that is based, the lag amplifies it that much more. There was no damage to his car, and I apologize just after the race. And he said it was just a tough race, and that's kind of the price he has to pay for doing the league overseas. And that pretty much sums up my lap 1, as it was really just about trying to keep up with these front two after all that has happened. And then, yeah, as you see here, just keeping DRS, as we do have
Green flag.
some yellows, and that is me worrying for my teammate, hoping that she didn't get caught in any incidents. But look at this, the front two are fighting already on lap 2, so we're chilling. We're chilling. As I say, we're back in DRS now. We're pretty comfortably in it. I'd be surprised if we got dropped at this point. So far, decent start.
Watch out.
And now we jump ahead to lap 3. We sat behind, we chilled out to lap 2, got a pretty good exit onto the strip to lap 3, and we'll be looking to make at least an overtake on either a barn or Cheetah in front. Doesn't matter who it is. I'm second car is sitting in third, so we are absolutely destroying our back three as we go get alongside the Aston Martin and get past it, and then go there on the brakes, almost tap the back of the V car, but managed to get stopped up, and that is overtake complete.
Okay, good work.
And now we jump ahead another lap onto lap 4 out of 25. Oh, as we get a little bit squirrely out of the exit onto the strip, and now I've got a barn coming right back at me. Wanting to get that perspective and get an VSC. That virtual safety car kind of saved me there, as now we go to the end of it. It prevented a barn from getting the overtake. Now our deltas were cooked, so I was still losing time at this point, and the V car I had kept for it, and we got a drive-through penalty, which proved to be costly in a sense that took him out of contention. Barn's going to put me in a weird spot here. So as you have just heard me say, his drive-through is going to put me in a weird spot, as now I've got an Aston, who I'm essentially fighting currently for the net lead, since the car in front has the drive-through penalty. So I knew that going onto this straight, I had to make a move on the car just to make sure I got ahead and put that car between me and the Aston. didn't even
Green
do
flag,
anything.
green flag, racing again, let's go. Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is
Oh,
out.
you're
We need to
kidding.
warm up at reduced pace. Keep a
As
close
we
eye
go
on that
past the
delta time.
pits.
Make sure to keep
Yeah,
it
so
positive. With the safety
think I
car
have
out,
to.
good.
crashing out on the exit of
So I
the
can
last
work my
corner.
way through this pack. 7 cars
Yeah,
behind
so
me now.
brought out safety car as we went past the pit lane entry, and there was no way it was gonna stay out under the safety car, so we decided to box along with a barn Coda, and I think there was a third as Toast in the Alpine chooses to stay out on his medium, and as Coda looking to make an overtake into the pit lane, got very close to it, but
Okay, mate,
a
that's
little bit of
it.
instant
Go,
karma
go.
there from
Perfect job
me
from you
laughing
and the
at
crew there,
the
mate.
V
We're
car
delighted with
bubbling.
that.
Yeah,
Good call. Such a good call.
yeah, good call. I was playing a drop down. I think I was going to drop down
Okay,
to
one
seventh
stop
if
to go.
no one
Just
pit,
one
but
stop
we
left in
came
this
out in
strategy.
third behind Sick
Okay,
Party
still
who
good to go
boxed
racing again. The safety
when the
car is
safety car
in
came
this
out.
lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
Now we are preparing for the safety car restart here. So as we see, Toast pulls right over to the left on his old medium. Then we've pretty much got to get him straight away. Everyone a chance to break away, and he's kind of going, kind of not. It's a little bit weird, but yeah, we're underway now. Looking to
Gap to
get
your
a move on.
teammate behind.
We also,
3.9
I'll
seconds.
go in deep with Sick Party, who goes in deep with Toast. At this point, it was kind of a rush state to get past Toast on his own hard. So, oh, we look to the inside, can't quite get
Not
there
getting
on
tuck
this.
under.
You're going tuck under on Sick Party, and
I'm saved.
at this point, we're just like, okay, we need to go, go, go. Sick Party's looking for a move, can't quite get there. Lots of crates. We have a little graze at the wall, but really it was just about time to get past and pressure Sick Party to make a move on Toast. As well, Toast goes off the track.
Oh my toast.
Yeah, agreed. That was an insane cut. Surprisingly, to get a track limit for that. Yeah, but man,
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
you think so, Mark? Yeah, we're just trying to get Sick Party to make that overtake on Toast because old mediums from the start. We're going to end here. Sick Party makes a mistake onto the strip, and we dump our full battery in an effort to make that overtake, and we get it done. Slam dunk. See you later, buddy.
Nice move. Good job.
Damn right it was a nice move. And he's coming back at us.
No, don't be an idiot.
Oh, it's really close. And then as we're going into the chicane, he backs out. And then we tuck in behind Toast. I think he burnt all his battery on the strip, so we were able to cruise on by him, thankfully. So we're not stuck
Okay,
behind him
stewards
now.
have
And now
enabled
Sick
DRS.
Party's still
DRS
got
is now online.
a car on old hards, on old medium, sorry. Go fast, and as I say that, goes straight through, and I believe still gets DRS. So it was a good safety car restart and a good lap after the safety car restart. And now we're going to jump ahead to the halfway point of lap 10 as we go onto the strip. Now, at this point, Sick Party had locked up again on going onto the strip, and he was dropped outside of the second. He was outside the offense, but I chose to keep the battery on and underkeep him in, as I knew he was considerably slower than Cantonese the Aston, so keeping him there behind me was going to be a good call, good smart call. Now, I believe this is jumping a few laps ahead. Now, again, just still keeping him at DRS. That's me to save battery, keeps him up to P2. So overall, it's beneficial for both of us if we keep working like this. So that was my goal, was to work with the kick like this. And now we're going to jump ahead to lap 14, coming up to lap 15. Still managing to keep Sick Party with me behind me. Now I am out of battery. I am completely gone. I am done. The Astons go to make their strike onto the kick as they go deep, have a little bit of contact through one, towards tight, and the first Aston gets past Sick Party, and then I believe in this DRS zone, the second one will get past
one up here with me. Lovely.
yeah, I wasn't too happy about Ricciardo behind me after last week, but I digress. But anyway, coming to the end of lap 14 now. I've got both Astons right up my gearbox now. As I jump onto the strip, I decided to burn a little bit of battery and then go into hot lap to protect some of it, to save some of it for the end of the strip. Now, this killed my exit run in Richardo, but look at the run of Barnscott. There was no stopping that. And in the words of Cobbs after the race, I essentially got pantsed as we make a little bit of contact about the accident. And now, on the exit of chicane, I'm looking to come back through on him. Now, in hindsight, this might not have been the smart thing to do, but conceptually, I couldn't let the Astons work together 1-2 in front of me. I had to make that effort to split them. I had to make that effort to split them as we go through one, we have a big slide which allows Aban the chance to come back through on me. Now, as we head into the DRS zone, I noticed he came in the show go right towards, so I decided, you know what, if that's the line you want to take, you can go there, you can stay over there. As I hold the middle line going into turn 3, leaving space, get around the outside, and that allows Coda in the house to come through on him. And now, coming onto the strip, as we are now behind the trailer, I believe a few laps later now,
Okay,
we are burning the battery.
No way.
As Mark tells us to pit, which is not in our game plan. As now we open up the DRS flap and we blast past the Aston Martin going into the chicane. And now we jump ahead to lap 18, and this is where it starts to get really spicy here in Vegas as we get a shocking run out of the strip, or out of that set of, not even a set, it's a sequence of corners.
I think it's
not even a
good.
corner, it's just a corner. But anyway, I digress. Going down the strip, we burn a little bit of battery on the exit, just see if we can keep ahead. We manage to just lose out to Richardo, and then going on none, we lost out to Coda as well. I only planned to lose one position there, but because of me going into none, I lost 2. Coda! Yep, wasn't too happy about losing 2. But jumping ahead to the next lap, I knew that I couldn't just sit behind and let this race fall out of my hands. So now, as we come out of the strip, I'm in 3rd, so I can have the best run possible out of everyone. And so it was a really space for me to go, and so I just in the road to left, and I split the Haas and Aston as we go down into the chicane, and Kona gets the overtake on Richardo too. Oh my. As we run deep into the first left-hander, just managing to get out of that time. It's now, we jump ahead to lap 20 out of 25. Going on to the strip, we have a decent run again, burning that battery down about 10%.
50, go hot lap.
10-15%. Going into hot lap to try in an effort to preserve some of the battery whilst not burning off too much. And as we see Coda starting to gain the last, we apply the overtake once again. And then I believe we go back into none to
After
keep,
that, Richardo if he was close enough.
to keep
There's
Richardo
no way I was letting the barn go.
to keep Richardo behind. Now we are pretty much bump drafting one another.
No, Coda, don't
On
say
the-
battery, man.
On the exit of the chicane, you can hear him whining, Coda, don't save battery, we need to get a move on, we can't let the Aston stick this close to us. As we're going into turn number 1, stick it right with Coda in the dirty air, and we get yellow flag, there's a lap cut of, I think Zadovat, he had rear wing damage, so he was not cooking, and then going to turn 3, we have the overspeed, looking to be going around the outside as we looks to make it 3 wide, and we get the move done on Coda in turn 3. Now we jump to the S's. And
Bro, you're
Richardo
scoring
had-
points out of what the hell?
I think we might have jumped a lap or so now. As now we go onto the strip. I've got both Astons behind me once again.
Burn down to 50, hopefully. I think I might need a little bit more.
Burn down to 50, but had to burn a little bit more. Section point, sweet. Richardo looking to
Now we
make
can
the
burn 'cause
move.
he's got
Just
the
about.
DRS.
Didn't intend to play DRS chicken there, so we burnt the battery back on. As now, Aban and Richardo have gotten past us. We look to get the move back on, go around the outside.
Well done.
Richardo gets squiggly, as I get squiggly as well. The exit.
Oh, this is fun.
This race is really spicing up now. He's going to be saying, this is fun. I was clearly enjoying this when I was driving. Now we're going to jump pretty much a lap ahead now. Going now on lap 24 out of 25, as we can see, the Astons, from which at the time, I thought they were fighting it out for the win, and I was thinking, why are we fighting, boys? Like, we've just dropped Coda out of DRS, like, we're smooth sailing them, like, they can work together and absolutely screw me over out of P2 on the win, but we dropped Coda, so I didn't understand what was fighting as we jumped ahead to the end of the lap. It wasn't until after the race that I realised that they were working together to keep me behind specifically. They didn't care if Coda fell off or not, they just do the same thing. As now we see a barn getting a bad exit onto the strip. And we're trying to burn the battery, get past it, also trying to save it just to have some battery on the final lap. Going down to the chicane, Barnes going to send it around the outside. I'm trying to lock it up. I'm going to go and make a move around the outside. A little bit of contact, get a bit spirally. We all make it through. A little bit of contact with Wolf from the Aston. We look to split him again. We slot him behind Machado. Going undone.
Why are we lifting?
Why are we lifting?
Nice work,
I don't
mate.
think it
That
was
brings you
lifting.
up a place.
Barnes goes to go around the outside again. This is really, really spicing up now as we've well and truly let Coda back into our DRS. And now we're looking to make the same move on a barn again.
Okay,
He gets a
final
better
lap.
exit, we
Let's go.
slot him
Final
behind
lap.
for a little bit of slipstream. We're going to look to hold him again. The last second, we're going to move back to the racing line. But Ricciardo goes deep. Oh, we almost go 3 wide there. Oh, this is some spicy battling. Then going into the sphere section, we look to go around the outside of Ricciardo. We go a little bit deep there.
Oh,
I think
sorry.
that's happened. You hear me saying sorry.
A barn?
Bit of a tap there, and and then I proceed to drive myself into
You just
the
forced me
wall.
behind and gave me damage.
Not true. If you passed me, you drove yourself into
Lovely.
the wall.
I wasn't even a barn, that was Ricciardo. Motherfucker.
That again, same thing. And then a barn goes deep into the
Oh my
the
dear,
strip,
chicken.
poorly rejoined.
What an
Laps us. And now, I won't lie. After such a good race, that getting screwed over onto the strip, having my ex essentially screwed, being in the prime place to come through on both Astons there, especially with one going off. The Astons rejoin screwed me over, cost me a chance at the win, and inevitably P2 as well. And this is the way we finished the race with Ricciardo winning, Coda coming in second, and myself coming in third. Still a podium, which I'm proud of, especially after the DNF last week. But overall, definitely wasn't too happy about the rejoin. But now looking at the standings, we've jumped 2 spots in the drivers' standings. I don't have the constructors on me at the moment, but yeah, we definitely could have. We was on for great things at the end there, but it was unfortunate. But that's racing. You get unlucky sometimes, but we still move on in the standings. Good race in Vegas. Very happy with it, and I will see you guys next week for China.
Static in my veins, countdown in my brain.